The fans of this sport are built differently. They demand excellence and expect nothing less. Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond is a show dedicated to the fans. Your new home for Big Ten Wrestling is here, and it starts now.
Welcome inside Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. Rick Pizzo, thrilled to be joined, as always, by Shane Sparks after a weekend, Shane, that I think opened some eyes around the country for those who follow college wrestling.
I say it every week, Rick. It's the Big Ten. There is a reason it's the premier conference in the country. Every single week, you got somebody coming for you.
You could have convinced me that Michigan would hang with Iowa. But as we start this week's headlines, you would have been hard-pressed to convince anyone that Michigan would dominate the Hawkeyes the way they did. Wolverines came out with 5 straight wins. Michael D'Agostino, Dylan Ragusin, Sergio Lemley with a huge upset over Real Woods. Austin Gomez, Will Lewan beat second-ranked Jared Franek, and the Rout was on. Officially an ambush in Ann Arbor, all maize and blue over the Hawkeyes.
You talked about Sergio Lemley, 141-pound true freshman. Real Woods ranked number 1 at the weight class. The savvy veteran, Sergio Lemley, puts him on his back not once, but he puts him on his back twice. A 14-2 major decision for the true freshman from Chesterton, Indiana. Big win for Lemley and the Wolverines.
As good as Michigan was in the first 2, it was that match that set the tone for the rest of the night in Ann Arbor. Talk about setting the tone. It's something that Penn State has been doing ever since Cale Sanderson arrived about a decade and a half ago, rolling Ohio State in Rec Hall. Yes, they won 8 out of the 10 matches, but perhaps most impressive, throughout the entire duel, Penn State gives up a total of 3 takedowns.
How about those Hoosiers? Let's go to Bloomington. Michigan State leading Indiana 18-0, but Indiana wins the final 6 matches. They get a pin in the final match. They win it 23-18. Dan Fungaro, 141 was huge, and as I said, that pin from Graham Rooks to end it. What a victory for Indiana.
An unbelievable comeback. What a run it's been as of late for Purdue's Matt Ramos beating Eric Barnett in the battle of 1 versus 2. All big match Matt does is win against the best. Remember, of course, that win over Spencer Lee in last year's NCAAs. Actually has 3 wins over number 1 opponents in the last calendar year. He's 3-0 this year against top 2 opposition. The trouble now for Matt, he's number 1, so you can't beat number 1. We will chat with him coming up a little bit later in the show. But we begin with the team storylines, and we begin with what Michigan did in Ann Arbor against Iowa. It was right from the start. First 5 matches, you throw in Shane Griffith, you throw in Lucas Davis, and you win 7 out of 10. And Shane, I think it changed maybe the perception of what everything behind Penn State in this league could eventually be.
Well, the thing with Michigan, Rick, is they had to come back. The week before in Columbus, they fell to Ohio State. They gave up that big lead. Michael D'Agostino at 125 pounds threw that first punch, a win in the first tiebreakers. Dylan Ragusin remained undefeated. We talked about Sergio Lemley. Everything went right in that first half. They got some big wins. Great job by the Wolverines.
And some really tough wrestling because D'Agostino had to go to extra time. Will Lewan, it appeared, was not in great shape in that tiebreaker after Franek escapes in 4 seconds, but Lewan escapes in 2. I mean, this is the dictionary definition of gritty wrestling, and it is exactly what Sean Bourmet has kind of built this program on.
That's exactly right. Tough wrestling. We saw a lot of it in Ann Arbor. Now we'll see what Michigan does because, as I said, it's tough in the Big Ten, but definitely a nice win for them, especially after that loss in Columbus.
What a win for Indiana. You mentioned that comeback. When you get behind like that in a duel, it's easy to throw in the towel, so to speak. But the Hoosiers did not do that. They rear all the way back, and you don't know what that could potentially do for this program throughout the rest of the season.
Angel Escobedo, head coach in his 6th season. They're now 6-2, 3-2 in the Big Ten. They beat Michigan State for the first time since 2015. They won the tight ones in that second half. Monster win at heavyweight from Nick Wilhelm. Dan Fungaro at 141 pounds was big, and of course the Rooks brothers. Caden Rooks at 133 with a tech fall. Graham Rooks with a pin at 149. For them to come back and win this, storming all the way back down 18-0. They're now 5-0 in duels at home. It's a really good story here in the Big Ten. Angel Escobedo and the Hoosiers, upward trajectory.
I don't know that I've ever seen a script flipped that quickly, down 18-0 after 4 matches, and then you win 6 consecutive to post 23 unanswered points and win the duel. So those are the 2, I think, victories that resonate the most over the weekend. But now we go to the flip side and the Iowa Hawkeyes and what Tom Brands does moving forward. I think there's a lot of concern out there right now about what this program is throughout the course of the season. You, however, are one of those guys who is not concerned with the Hawks.
I look at the overall body of work. Tom Brands has been here 18 years and 16 tournaments. They've been top 4 14 times. That includes 4 national championships. Since the 2018-2019 season, Rick, they got 1 non-conference dual meet loss to Oklahoma State. Outside of Penn State, the only team that's beaten them is Michigan. So, yeah, they got to get more offensive. No question. They don't have those hammers, those bookends of a Spencer Lee, a Tony Cassiope, but it's still a very good team. Penn State's the standard. And I know Iowa's got a very high standard. Iowa's going to be a team, 6 to 8 teams fighting for a trophy. I am not one of these guys where the sky is falling in Iowa City. They have 6 weeks to fix things. I trust in Tom Brands and that staff. We'll see what happens.
Listen, Penn State has changed the storyline over the last decade and a half. It's not that everybody goes out there wrestling for second, but in reality, the way that the rosters are set up right now and the top 5 guys that Cale Sanderson has, it is right now Penn State and everybody else. As we transition now to individual storylines, nobody wrote a better story this past weekend than Sergio Lemley, because not only does the freshman beat number 1 Real Woods, but Shane, it was the way he beat him, putting him on his back. And at one point early in the 3rd period, Real Woods almost looked like he couldn't believe what was happening, because it's something that doesn't happen very often.
These young guys, Rick, in the Big Ten expect to win. So much young talent in the Big Ten, Rick. The Big Ten doesn't rebuild. The Big Ten reloads. Lemley, I loved his courage, puts him on his back early, and then it would have been an easy time to shut down. He didn't shut down. Locks up a cradle inside the final 20 seconds, puts him on his back again. I have no idea how Real Woods didn't get pinned here, but Sergio Lemley at 141 pounds, a stacked weight class in the Big Ten. Add this guy to the mix.
I loved Lemley in the post-match interview. He said, yeah, he was pinned. But you know what? I'll take the win as it was, because a terrific individual win for him, a terrific night for Michigan as a team. You want to talk about guys who know how to pin the opponent? We talk about Chase Saldate. He may not get as much pub as some other wrestlers and some explosive wrestlers, guys who like to go at it like Gomez and Lovett. But Chase Saldate, all he's doing as of late is pinning the opposing wrestler.
Chase Saldate, Rick, is a stud. Go back to last year. He had great momentum heading into the Big Ten championships. He was a round of 12 guy at the national tournament in Tulsa. Now this season, 7 of his last 8 wins are by fall. Chase Saldate reminds me of a guy like Dylan Ness. Highly combustible material. When you wrestle Chase Saldate, Rick, handle with extreme care, because he's dangerous, he's talented. This guy can beat anybody on any given day. A couple weeks back, had that great match with Levi Haynes. Don't count out Chase Saldate.
You make a mistake against that guy, you will find yourself on your back. And now to the guy that I believe is pound for pound the best wrestler in the country. I know that Aaron Brooks' teammate Carter Strachey has won, 61 consecutive and counting, but Brooks moves up to 197. And Shane, when you watch him, nobody's perfect, but he's about as close to perfect as I can remember seeing anybody from a technical standpoint, from just about every standpoint when he takes the mat.
He is so fluid. He makes it look easy. He makes a mockery, Rick, of this sport. I mean, it is so difficult. He's lost 3 matches in his career, 10 bonus point victories, 6 tech falls, 3 falls. Wrestled Jackson Smith of Maryland, who's top 5 ranked, very good. He majored him. Aaron Brooks going for that 4th individual national title, a 3-time Big Ten champion. He is silky smooth.
And never seems to get too up and too down for a guy who all he does is win and win big. Bonus points in all 10 victories for Aaron Brooks this season. Still to come here on Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. I teased it before, I'll tease it again. Excited to have Matt Ramos as our guest. Tough Wrestling returns, another weekend inside the Big Ten, another weekend for Shane to tell you how strong it is. And we preview this Friday's must-watch matchup between Iowa and Penn State.
Oh, beautiful double. Nice. double by Ramos.
Nothing better than a late takedown in a period and a ride out.
Ramos is so good here. Ramos still on top, in control. Deep water for Barnett. Great victory for Ramos at number 1.
That's all Matt Ramos does, is beat top-ranked opposition. The outstanding Purdue 125-pounder is our guest this week on Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. Some call him the Mavatar. I believe that's the Twitter handle. I like to call you Big Match Matt, because it seems like you wrestle your best, Matt, against the best top-tier competition. You knocked off 3 number 1s in the last calendar year. You're 3-0 this year against wrestlers ranked either first or second, and now you're first. So I want to know, when you're getting ready for those big-time matches against guys that you know are championship caliber, what's that prep like and what's that feeling like for you?
Yeah, I'd say the prep work going into a big match is just making sure that I'm confident and telling myself every day that I'm the best in the world, and also hearing it from my staff, all the coaches and teammates. But you can always tell yourself something, but I always reflect on every day of practice or all the extra workouts that I'm doing that just get downloaded into my file, into my brain. And that's what happens going out into competition, is just making sure that I am confident. I wrestle really hard every day and telling myself that no one out there is doing the training that I'm doing.
Now, and I know that 125 is loaded, so there are so many good guys, and there have been for multiple years. Obviously, everybody for a long time was chasing Spencer Lee. You're caught up and then some a year ago, but now you're the number 1 guy at that weight class. How different does it feel to be the hunted instead of one of the hunters?
Just reminding myself about domination and consistency is a big word I like to use, because now that I'm at the top at a weight that's been very crazy this season is consistency. And if I want to be a national champ this year, I'm going to have to be consistent. And with every match, there's always something I need to work on. If that's from neutral, top, bottom, mindset, my physicality, just making sure that I'm consistent and I'm always trying to grow and learn from each match that I encounter.
Matt, you had some bumps in the road to start the season, but since the Cliff Keen, you've won 9 straight dual meets. You are the igniter on this Purdue team. What's been the difference since December?
The difference from December, I just say, is the mindset, and it can be difficult having a loss or 2 losses, but I always remind myself that it's important that my time's coming. So let's keep on growing. Let's keep on working at the areas that I'm not as strong in, and just keep trusting in myself, keep trusting in what my coaches and teammates are telling me. So I think that the belief is the most important thing.
Matt, I know you are looking ahead, but talking to Matt Ramos, we're thinking about the NCAA championship semifinals. You put Spencer Lee on his back and pin him. When you reflect on that time, what are some of the thoughts that come to mind?
I just, reflecting on that time would just be, it was exhilarating and a feeling that I'm never going to forget. So I always remind myself just to wrestle how I wrestle, and when I'm wrestling people or anyone that goes and steps across from me on that mat, to wrestle who I am, wrestle my match, don't wrestle into other people's ties, and being able to wrestle the best wrestlers in the world and in the nation, it builds into it. So I just have to keep trusting myself.
And you have wrestled so many matches and so well since that epic win over Spencer. I'm curious, now at this point, almost a year later, how often do people still ask you about that one match?
Oh, man. I think I get it probably at least once a week. Like, someone will just go up to me and just say, oh, that match is crazy. And I'm like, I know what match you're talking about.
All right, before we close, I opened by saying that your Twitter handle is the Mavatar. That's got to be one of the greatest Twitter handles I've ever heard of. How did that Twitter handle come about?
Yeah, the Twitter handle, the Mavatar, came from, I used to be I'm still a huge fan of the anime and show Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I live my life by having a balance in my life. And my back tattoo on my spine is the 4 elements. And the Avatar is able to control all 4 of those elements: water, earth, fire, and air. And I think of it with everything in my life, with my family, having good relationships, making sure that I'm doing good in school, making sure that I'm doing great in wrestling. Because if one thing is off balance, then it affects everything. So making sure to have a life where I'm keeping everything, I'm balancing my school, family relationships, and wrestling as well.
Awesome stuff from Purdue's 125-pounder Matt Ramos, #1 in the country. Matt, we truly appreciate the time. Wish you the best of luck the rest of this season.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, and from a guy who knows a thing or two about tough wrestling to this week's edition of Tough Wrestling, Shane is back with the best of the weekend that was right after this.
Tough wrestling. You better be tough. I love this segment. It fires me up. I'm in a full lather right now. Heart's beating. I love it. You never, ever give away those cheap points. Wrestle tough. Stay on top. Another tough, gritty, physical weekend in the Big Ten. One of my favorite guys that appreciates some tough wrestling is my guy Conroy, a keen eye for tough wrestling. He was taking it in this weekend. Conroy, appreciate it. Thanks for watching us on the Big Ten Network. On the Reslite in the Big Ten, we speak about these things every week. It's those little gritty things that you need to do to find a way to get your arm raised. We begin in Piscataway. Brendan McCrone of Ohio State's come off a couple of really tough victories. Wild weight class at 125. He goes into enemy territory, wins that scramble. That was big, and this is so critical. 50 seconds. This is when you got to get greedy. You want to finish those periods on top. He does that, takes riding time over 50 seconds. Then those quick escapes. He goes on bottom. That urgency gets the quick escape 4-0. Late. Here comes Peterson. Time is going to run out as McCrone tacks on 3 more. This was a big, big win for McCrone and the Buckeyes as they win at Rutgers. Solid job again. Short memory. Found a way to get it done. Great job. Tough wrestling by the Buckeye. Brendan McCrone. Nice win. Ryder Rogotsky, another Buckeye. Quick escapes. Bernie Truax winning this match on his feet. But Ryder Rogotsky keeps himself in this match by 4 quick escapes. You see the riding time just over 40 seconds after being taken down a few times. So he keeps himself in this match with those quick escapes. And this guy is a pinner. And he's able to whoop Bernie Truax over. He has him super tight, and he gets the fall. Those quick escapes, I think, really played a big role in him leading to the pin. How about this match? 4-1, you were seeing that correctly. Final 9 seconds. Time on the scoreboard, time to score. Final seconds. There's a really nice throw by and gets the takedown. It would be challenged. The call would stand. Dan Fungaro scores 5 points in 9 seconds. Somehow, some way gets it done. How about Nicolau Rivera? He's down 7-0 third period. Norris with riding time over a minute. Does a great job here to get the reversal. Norris, a solid job not to give up near fall points, but this is big by Rivera. So now he's down 7-3, final 20 seconds, gonna get a tilt, and this is gonna force sudden victory. Max Miller's teammate, by the way, at 174, came back with a tough wrestling match. He won at 19-16, couple of really big wins. This match is now going to go to sudden victory. Nicolau Rivera, he got a dual meet victory on Friday against Northwestern, has momentum, brings it to West Lafayette. Gonna kick his leg out and get the takedown, the 3. Once down 7-0, comes back and wins it 10-7. That's some tough wrestling. But how about Sergio Lemley? Real Woods in a Hawkeye singlet in his career, 32-1. Phenomenal career. Sergio Lemley with the reversal. He puts Woods on his back. That's going to be a 6-point sequence in the second period. Pressure-packed situation in a duel against Iowa would have been an easy time to kind of shut down. He doesn't do it. Final 20 seconds, locks up a cradle. He goes for it, puts Real Woods on his back again. He had him so tight. Credit to Woods for not getting pinned. I don't know how the Hawkeye didn't get pinned here, but Sergio Lemley, 14-2 major decision. What a win for the young Wolverine, Sergio Lemley. And that is some tough wrestling.
Now, we should let the viewers know that before the segment, Shane told me, this week during Tough Wrestling, I'm going to keep it down a little bit. I'm going to keep the tenor. I'm going to be a lot more measured. I'm going to look like Aaron Brooks. I'm going to be slow and fluid. That, my friend, had all the energy in the world, much like Sergio Lemley and that win over Real Woods for the Wolverines this past weekend. Well, that was one of the duels to watch last weekend. Coming up this weekend, of course, we have Iowa Penn State from Iowa City. We'll look ahead to some key matches for the Hawkeyes and Nittany Lions when Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond returns. Just doesn't get much better, certainly doesn't get much bigger than Friday Night Wrestling coming up this week on the Big Ten Network. Michigan looking to continue that momentum on the road in Lincoln. And then it's Penn State, Iowa. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock Eastern, only right here on the Big Ten Network. As we look ahead to that Iowa-Penn State match, when you have two of the best in the nation, it comes down to those toss-up matches. And if this duel starts at 125, Braden Davis, Drake Ayala could qualify as one of those kind of matches.
If it starts at 125, this is a huge match because if you're Iowa and to keep that crowd into it, Braden Davis, yet to taste defeat, the only ranked 125-pounder in the country undefeated, but Ayala's going to bring it. This will be fun.
How does Ayala respond after that disappointing extra-time loss to Michael D'Agostino this past weekend? Talking about bouncing back from losses, what about Real Woods at 141, but having to do it against Bo Bartlett?
These two met last year. Real Woods, a first-period takedown, rode out Bartlett the entire first period. He won it with a riding time point included 4-1. We'll see what kind of adjustments they make this Friday night.
I have a feeling Real Woods going to bring his A game on Friday night for this one. And at 165, I am so looking forward to Mitchell Messenbrink and Michael Caliendo. They may not be household names, but they are really exciting to watch.
Mitchell Messenbrink, he is undefeated. Caliendo just the one loss to David Carr of Iowa State. Both these guys going to bring a high pace, and they score a boatload of points. The scoreboard, Rick, is going to get a workout.
I'm going to my boss's office right now. I'm putting in a vacation request because Shane has promised to take me with him and Jim Gibbons to Iowa City for this weekend's match. Until then, for Shane, I'm Rick. We'll see you next week.